you don't even know where to start. Do I look at?
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to find the part where she talks about she's got John's phone. You know, she has John's phone, and she talks about temperature and telemetry of the phone. And I think you're going to probably see some of that coming into the 2.0. And I don't know how. Listen, I'm not an Apple expert, so I'm just a layman. I'm going to throw this out there, and I'm sure the chat's going to kill me. But I'm wondering if they can tell the temperature of John's phone, like when he was, said to be in her car, and then walked up and went into the house, and the temperature changed there.
Yes.
And then when he was dragged on the lawn after he was beaten to death, does it get cold? I don't know how all that works, but maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does. It takes internal temperature, because if your phone gets too hot, it will shut off.
Shut off. Right. I do know that.
If it gets too cold, it can't operate. The battery can't give it the power. It just can't push the amperage to get to where it needs to go through the circuit board.
So maybe we see something like that here. Here's, here it all is. Here's the geofencing data. Here's the temperature data. Here's John's Apple Health data. They put this all together and put it in a presentation. And you're like, look, there's 3 things that confirm.
The phone has an accelerometer in it.
Yep.
It's got everything.
Anytime
everything.
This, it's
it knows exactly which all of the stuff.
Yeah.
So if John's hit by the car allegedly, he flies through the air and lands on it,
there you go.
It's going to show some kind of disruption on the phone
if that happened. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Again, I encourage everybody to go back, and if you're interested in this stuff and interested in hearing about geofencing, and forgive me, I always forget the name of the FBI agent that testified. It's about an hour-long testimony. You can look at the Alec Murdaugh trial, and they talk about geofencing, and they talk about all the internals of like an iPhone, of what it does. And it literally nailed Alec Murdaugh down to within inches of where he was that night. And it proved that, like, he obviously killed his wife and son.
Let me tell you something.
Very interesting testimony.
You ready?
Wow. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
So Brian, like my phone and your phone and Mikey's phone.
Yes.
If all 3 of us get in a car, our phones talk to each other. You don't know it, but it does. They all do. So when John walked in, if he talked to another phone, it's there. If he talked to a wireless router, hey, can I connect to you? If someone had Ring, I mean, if you do a scan, you can probably pull your neighbor's stuff up too.
Of course,
that information's in your phone, stored always, every time. So they have it.
Yeah, and this is the thing I talk about, because obviously I've been covering the Idaho 4 case for quite a while now, and we hear a lot about well, he turned off airplane mode and went into the house. People have to understand, when you turn off airplane mode, your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth still ping. So even if, like, what my point in all of this is, the accused killer, Brian Kohberger, is accused of killing these 4 college students and has been said to be in and around that neighborhood 12 to 14 times before the murders actually happened. So let's just say this joker forgets that he has his Bluetooth on, and he goes up to surveil the house. And what happens is it starts making what's called a handshake. That's a low digital wave that goes out, that's sent by the phone. It's a radio wave, I believe, Tom, right?
Yep. Yeah, it works on a frequency, and they just chit chat. Right. And on the same frequency, hey, I know you, and they talk back and forth.
So there was said to believe inside the house that one of the victims that were murdered, Kaylee Gonzalez, had a Bluetooth speaker in her room or in that house that she owned. Now, why would the police department take her Bluetooth speaker and hold on to it for almost 2 years before giving it back to the family? So my thought in this is, this joker went up to the house, or that night that he was inside the house, had his phone with him, and he fucking made a handshake with her Bluetooth because he had his Bluetooth on. Or previously, when he was scalping the house out, he had that handshake maybe a month or 2 before, if he was up and around near that house.
Right. So
it's kind of like this, I tell people, and it kind of works with Wi-Fi too. You go to a hotel, you stay there, you connect to the Wi-Fi, you leave, you come back a year later, it's going to remember you. It's going to know that it's there.
Oh, not just that, but if you walk down the hall, you're talking to every single phone on either side of it. The Bluetooth thing, Brian.
Cynthia, thanks for the 5 gifted. Go ahead, Tom.
The Bluetooth speaker itself, it works when you turn it on. There's software that runs the Bluetooth speaker inside of the Bluetooth speaker.
Mm.
So not only does it show on your phone, but inside
the
the
device.
speaker, it'll show this IP address, this fingerprint of this phone talking to that. Yeah. Everything is communication. And that's why they would keep it.
Yeah,
they can
all
get
these
into that.
devices, like all the devices I have in my room and all the devices you have in your room, it's trying to send the signal out and talk to everything. That's how all these things work. Smart TVs, all that shit.
Yep.
So let me ask you guys a question then.
Yep.
When John was in the house,
yep,
there was allegedly a Bluetooth speaker in the kitchen.
Yep.
John walks in.
Yep.
Does it grab that information?
If his Bluetooth's on, it might be trying to make a handshake. We might hear about this in 2.0.
If it's on,
that would blow the case wide open.
Yeah. Okay. Nice breadcrumb.
Yep.
Nice breadcrumb there. And not only that, any Bluetooth device in the house.
Yes.
At the time.
If it's within 130 or 50 feet.
And they don't need the actual device it tried to connect to. They just need John's phone.
They need the phone and the device, the Bluetooth to be turned on, and it will start trying to create a handshake. If I walk into a room and I have a Bluetooth on, it's going to start going, all right, what are all the available devices I can connect to? What are the devices I can connect to? Okay, a camera, a phone, a speaker, whatever it is. It's trying to constantly get something to be its host and connect.
So a year later, you go back to that same hotel room, your Bluetooth phone that you didn't change is going to try to connect with that same device that was in that room again.
Because
they have a log of what devices it was trying to reach at the time, right?
So this
is
right.
That's what my phone is trying to connect to, all those devices.
You're busy guy, man. Jesus Christ, is that the brothel in Cambridge? What's going on here?
so Mike, let me put it to you this way. Our mutual friend, who I go over her house, she's got a big TV and she's got a Bluetooth speaker, right? When I go, if I go over there today, I can go to my YouTube on her TV because her TV knows my phone.
Yep. All right. So my question, Tom, is then, so John's phone is going to have a record of trying to connect on the 29th.
That's right. Absolutely.
When he was in the house, you know that he was in the house. So,
if he was even in the driveway, he was there.
Right. So my point being that's why so many people got rid of phones, because the Bluetooth handshake.
Everybody, because it was the fingerprint tied to them. That's right. They all got new phones, by the way. You all know that, right? Everyone that was in the house, they all got new phones the next day.
But John's phone is going to try to connect to their phone, which is now gone. But there's a way to backtrack and see what IP or Bluetooth IP address.
ESIDN number. It's your fingerprint for your specific phone. Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You
get it. Everything is
today.
Chit chatting. And because he was never there, hey, if I see there's a TV I want to connect to, there's a freaking Bose I want to connect to, there's an Alexa I want to connect to. It's right here in all I gotta do is hit connect and then put the password in. My phone knows it's right there.
And it has the time and the date.
Everything.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yes, my friend. That's what we're saying. That's what Aussie's saying too. But with the video, yeah, but they're in trouble. They can't get out of this, buddy. That's what.
That's huge.
All you need is like a Bluetooth and a Wi-Fi expert to come up there and testify, and this could be one of the new 12. All right, let's talk about the docu, and then we'll go ahead, Mike.
We're talking about KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about, B-Man, right there. Like, get me somebody in there that can explain Bluetooth to me and why it's on John's phone and where these devices were at one time. That's a huge.
You know, Bluetooth was connected because he's already connected to Karen's car, so Bluetooth was enabled.
Well, it was on. If he was never in the house before, it's not going to connect automatically.
It won't.
It'll ask if it wants to connect, though, right? Okay.
Every single device.
Gotcha.
And again,
wow.
This could just be it could be a possibility. I'm not saying anything set in stone or anything like that.
Oh, that's real life, though. But that's real life stuff. That does happen.
Yep, it does happen.
Okay, all right. It's not like your phone. If your phone was set a certain way, no. When you walk into a house where there's other Bluetooth available, and you click your phone automatically seeking that information, because mine's on right now roaming.
Yep.
It's going to ask me when I walk in, hey, do you want to connect to these Wi-Fi's? Yeah. Okay. All
It's
right.
trying to
Okay.
handshake. It's trying to create
So
a
where was that? Where was that 1.0?
Yep. And Megan
Okay.
right here. Remember Karen's Wi-Fi connected to John's phone, but maybe they go deeper now and they dig a little bit more.
Maybe that would opened up. Someone's going,
Right.
hey, we got John's phone.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh,
Let's see what he
fuck.
connected to. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna see a
Fuck.
lot different stuff.